I am officially live. Give me an early OP in the chat. Boys and girls, give me an early OP in the chat because I am early. So, wait, let's see if there is some early OPs in the chat. No, I don't think people will be coming in right now. So, anyway, I decided to start early because I want to say a few things before we started. Now, before I pull the audience in for a call or whatever, I will I will be. So this stream is mainly to address any uh, criticisms or any comments you have on my past videos, or if you want to talk to me in general, that's also fine. And yeah, that's I have seen recently a couple of people making videos saying that what I said is wrong. So I want to talk to them. Maybe I don't know if they'll come, but yeah, this is a place where you can come and let your comments and criticisms be known. Um, so what I'll do. Oh, also, while I am talking to the audience, if the I won't. So, okay, let's clear everything once again. So, I started this early also in order to read some of the comments that you guys are giving me. I want to read some of these before I took people on as callers. But while I have callers, in case you want to say something, I want to remind you that my channel recently got monetized, and so super chats are available. If you do give me a if you do want to say something, just super chat whatever. I you can interrupt me from the call that way. So let's look at the comments. Okay. I again, I'm not taking every single comment. I'll only take the ones that uh you know uh only highlight the really significant ones, I guess. So let's go with this one first. How is this? Pranay says, how is this an impromptu stream? When you put up a community post and have set a countdown. Okay. Yeah, calling this impromptu might be an extraordinary claim. Hmm. Yeah, that would be true if, see, a factual claim uh, is what I would call an extraordinary claim. Impromptu is just a word I'm calling, just an adjective. That's my opinion. That I'm calling this stream. That doesn't really, you know, make it factual or whatever. So I wouldn't call this an extraordinary claim. It's the next one. Oh, this is interesting. Wait, how do I go to this live stream on? One second. Just one second. Perfect, perfect. Okay, I will bring callers in a while, maybe after 8 p.m. But till then, yeah. 222 says, how can we say that religious behavior is totally wrong if, in spite of some positive, wrong in spite of some positive outcome, at least that outcome can be respectable? Why attack? We can just ignore it if it doesn't cause much bad. See, again, I've said this before also. We should not look at religion, or we should not say that this side of religion is positive, and so you should not attack it. Religion comes as a whole package. If you do have whatever positive, maybe some psychological support, that's what I've heard people say often. There's also, on the other side, there's also violence and bloodshed and all that. Why not considering that? So I'm not really attacking religion. I'm saying, so in none of my videos do I attack a religion. I'm just saying something pseudo scientific that might have some religious elements in it. I talk about that in, as a topic. Or if the specific instances of what they did are wrong, I might point that out. So that's what I do. I don't attack religions. See, the thing about religion is that people are attached to religions emotionally, so they don't take people who try to remove the foundations of that emotional attachment very well. So yeah, I think attacking religion is not the best way of criticizing it. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'll take the next one. Okay. Hmm. Lots of people saying hi. Hi. Hello, people. Um, oh. Why does evolution need gender? So Ayush asks, why does evolution need gender like male and female? That's a great question. So see, there was a time when animals only reproduced asexually, which means, methods like uh, budding, and you would have learned this in your school or whatever, methods of asexual reproduction. But sex came came out as a way of speeding up evolution. So if all your genes are copied from one individual versus two individuals, you have a better chance of uh, getting the best genes out of both the people instead of just one parent, out of two parents instead of one parent. So it made evolution get twice as fast, you could say, because organisms now have a much better chance of survival if either parent had good genes. Yeah, that's my answer in short. This would need much longer explanation. So hope I made sense. um Shashank asks, why are you atheist but not agnostic? Isn't agnosticism more realistic than atheism or other beliefs? See, your question is coming out of a misconception. You don't. So you've not heard of agnostic atheism. I've answered this question several times in live streams, and I've made a separate video on this channel on this topic. So agnostic atheism, in my opinion, is more realistic than atheism. If you're saying that atheism is just a way of denying the existence of God, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm claiming. I'm an agnostic atheist. That means I I don't know for certain. I don't know 100%, 200% anything about the existence of God. All I can say is that I believe or I act as if God doesn't exist. Hope that makes sense. That is not the same as me saying there is no God. Mm, okay. Russell asks, hey, why do you hate Praveen Mohan and people like him? It's because I don't know if Praveen Mohan's audience realizes this. They're being taken for a ride. They're being told all these bullshit pseudoscientific lies. What Praveen Mohan does is he sees a square plate or something in some architectural, some carving or some statue in some temple or some architecture or something, and he'll interpret that as a tablet or a laptop screen or whatever, and he'll make a video on that. That's what most of his videos are. It's all conspiracy theory. People don't recognize this often, I guess. And his audience hates me because I point that out. I'm not. They see it as me being anti whatever Praveen Mohan says. Most of what Praveen Mohan says is conspiracy theory, and I am against conspiracy theories. But if he wants to just talk about the temples and the architecture, that's fine. When he goes into this realm of pseudoscience, that's where I have a problem, and I pointed that out in the video. By the way, it's It's 8 p.m. I think I'll take on callers right now. I don't see major quest. Oh man, I think. Oh, I've reached the bottom. Oh, I scrolled to the bottom somehow. Uh, sorry about that. So I think I will take on callers. Uh, okay, let's improve. Which side are you on? More in the side of no God, more in the side of maybe God exists. See, if I say there is no God, that is a claim that I'm making, and I shouldn't be making a claim without providing evidence, right? I don't know if there is no God. I don't have evidence for God not existing. In fact, you can't prove the non existence of anything. There are some comments I got that logically inconsistent things don't exist. I have arguments against that also, but I don't want to go into that right now. But yeah, I cannot prove that God does not exist. So yeah, hope that answers your question. Also, I'm gonna. Oh man, shush. Wait. Um, Shuv Sheikh. I'm sorry I butchered your name. I'm really sorry, bro. But yeah, he asks in Malayalam, Sukamano. Yeah, that means are you doing well? How are you? Yeah, Sukamano, bro. I'm I'm good. I'm doing good. Okay, I will now uh, put the link on the chat for this thing for getting on call with me, and I will pin that. It's pinned. So anyone that wants to talk to me can come on the call. Now I will once again, like I said, I hope you understand my position on atheism. uh, so please don't ask me that again. Also, yeah, ideally if you have something to say or ask about some recent video of mine, that'll be great. And other than that, you can just, click on the link. No obligation to turn on your webcam, and let's start. So Samip, you're on call. You're online. What's up, Samip?
Hello, Pranav. So,
Hey
I'm
man.
from Nepal.
Hey, great to have you here, man. I think I have a pretty significant audience from Nepal. Many people have commented. So
Yeah.
that's
So,
awesome. Good to know you're here, man. Good to know. Yeah.
I actually finished grade 12,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm planning to join engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, so I'm actually confused. On the so so there's
Yeah.
there's certain topics like in physics. I used to Uh,
Yeah.
so,
You wish.
so basically, when I actually try to study the stuffs, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
actually interested in it when studying
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. But like after maybe after exam ends, then after that I'm actually interested. So how can
Mm-hmm.
I fix that?
Now, growing up, my interest came from not what I learned in schools. On At schools, I had some really bad teachers. If all my exposure to science came from only them, I wouldn't be interested at all in science. The reason I'm interested in science is because at a very young age, I managed to get my hands on books and a lot of TV shows and all that exposed me to science in a very interesting manner. And maybe I didn't learn very academic science through those sources, but definitely gained a sort of interest in science, and that helped me with my in school learning of science also. It helped me perform decently well academically also in science subjects. So yeah, I would say to if your question is you want to build an interest, then I
Yeah.
think you either need really good teachers. um, I can't help you with that. Or what you need is you need sources that show you aspects of science, things in science in a very interesting manner. I try to do that with my channel often, along with my pseudoscience and atheism and criticism videos. You'll also find very sciencey topics. And again, so with those videos, what I do is I try to develop an interest in my audience in those topics. But again, like I said, those videos may not help you academically. So yeah, I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, and also like I when I in the internet, like I only was want to was like science videos casually, and not like the topics from my academic books. So
Mhm.
and there's that thing also that's kind of bothers me.
Mm. uh I'm not sure how I can help you with this particular thing. uh yeah, some areas of, so I think for me too, I was more interested in something that caught my eye. But gradually over time, as I looked at it more and more, as I exposed myself to more and more science, I eventually got interested in the areas of science that I wouldn't have been in the beginning. So, for example, I used to sit and just read encyclopedias on the animal kingdom, and you know how nature works, things about nature, all these things. So to answer you, I would say you need a lot. I would say, from what you're saying, it's just a question of exposure. uh I don't know if you have, I don't know if it's more exposure you need, but yours is a very specific question that I'm not sure I can answer any more than this. But I hope I did help you out.
Thanks, and I look forward to watching more of your content.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Samip. Yep, I'll remove you now. I'll get on the next caller. By the way, guys, it's 5 minutes per caller, because if one person has a lot to say, I think that'll affect the others on call. So yeah, Shubhashik, you're on. Oh, by the way,
If
I should remove your comment, dude. It's
yeah,
your comment, right?
so let me. Yes,
Hey,
yes,
man,
Pranav. So
what's up?
let me ask you let me ask you in person, Sugamano.
Yes, Sukuman, bro. Are you Malayali?
Or
Because Rai
Illa, bro.
doesn't
No, no,
sound
no.
like a.
No, no,
Mm.
no, no. I'm
Yeah,
not a
you said illa,
Malayali.
bro.
No, but I'm
Illa, bro, is
uh,
grammatically wrong as far as Malayalam is concerned. Yeah,
right,
but
right. No, no. I studied in Bangalore, and I have a lot of Malu
uh,
friends.
nice, nice.
Yeah,
So
I.
you know words and phrases here and there.
Yeah, കുറച്ച് Malayali, Malayalam.
Okay.
No, no. My question
My Kannada is also
regarding
like that. Swalpa, swalpa.
right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So
Tell me, bro.
my question or my comment is that as I just said,
Mm-hmm,
I grew I in my college days I had a lot of Mallu friends. Okay, and
mm-hmm,
they are
mm-hmm.
Hindus, Muslims, Christians, whatever. But I've always seen that they are very open. Okay, and I believe that they were very for any topic they're ready to debate, not in a very negative way. It's not like they were like pushing the agenda down the throat. They are ready to sit and
Are
debate
you
out
saying?
topics.
Are, are you saying Mallus are very open? People from
Well,
Kerala
the
are
people,
open.
yeah, the people I was surrounded with in my college days. So I found that
Mm,
very curious. They were not trying to push down things down your throat and all.
mm,
They
mm,
were
mm,
affiliated to different, right, the political organizations in Kerala and all that are there. But they were that, like,
mm,
pretty. open to sort it out. So, is there anything within this school structure, or is there anything over there that teaches you to be a little more open than others, or is it like maybe I was just lucky with certain people that were around me?
Yeah, I think it's the latter thing you've said. I
Hmm.
think your sample is such that they're very open. I don't think Kerala's a, uh,
Hmm.
being from Kerala has anything to do with your openness. Um, because I know
Hmm.
extremely religious parts of Kerala, extremely not. I don't want to single out religions, but I know people from
Hmm.
Kerala that believe in very rational things, very rigid and
Right.
irrational. Like there are many astrology believing sections of society. Alternative medicine is really big in Kerala. Religions, of
Hmm.
course, are really big. I think I'm not sure about this. I should probably look this up, but I think Kerala has the highest number of godmen in the country. Uh, they're not
That'll
really
be a very
popular
interesting
god.
video.
y- Um, yeah, I should reconsider if I want to make a video on that topic. But yeah, Kerala has a lot of
Right.
godmen. A lot of them are not really big or anything, so you probably wouldn't have heard of them. But you would have
Right.
heard of this lady called Mata Amritanandamai.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's
Yes.
a
Definitely.
god woman, which
Hmm.
is yeah,
The hugger, right? The
yeah,
hugging
the hugger,
person.
the serial hugger.
The
That's what
serial hugger.
her name is.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Anyways,
yeah.
just want to say keep on your good job. Love waiting
Thanks,
for your
man.
videos, and we'll
Thanks,
support
man.
you
I
in
really
any manner
appreciate it.
that I can. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, this is being very
Really
genuine.
appreciate
I'm not doing any lip service or anything, but I genuitely look forward to your videos. Okay, there are
it.
very
Thanks, man.
few who are
I really
genuine these
appreciate it.
days on YouTube. Okay, so keep
Yeah,
up the
yeah,
good work,
yeah. And
and
don't
yeah,
worry, I'll try to be as genuine as I can with everything.
sure, sure. All right,
See
man.
you.
Take care.
Bye.
Take care.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bhavish, you're on.
Yeah,
What's up, man?
hello. So, thanks for inviting me. Yeah, so I was saying that I had one question for you.
Yeah,
That,
yeah.
yeah. So, I was till now, I'm age 21
Mhm.
right now. So I was unaware from my childhood. I wasn't fully aware in the present. Okay, so what happened?
Aware of what?
I are not fully present in the present moment, so I was thinking of something else, wasn't fully aware in the present moment.
Not sure what exactly you're talking about. Are you saying that what were you not aware of? Can you specifically say what you were not aware of?
Like I often forget things where I had put them, or what to buy,
Okay,
or okay.
okay,
So like I
yeah,
like in 10th class I gone into depression. So I thought that studies
okay,
are nothing because one day nobody cares about my mental health. So I steadily decreased my studying.
okay.
After past 1 year before, I just got into some religious groups. Okay, so I
Okay.
started chanting and doing something. I became
Mhm,
somewhat aware, but after some time,
mhm,
I thought that chanting made me aware, but I was hallucinated for the whole day. Like I was
mhm.
thinking about those things only, and wasn't
Okay.
and also demeaning some other people who weren't doing the things I was doing. So I thought that I should to take a break. And after those things, I saw your videos, and I genuinely liked some of your videos. So I also became fearful that if I don't do those things, not chanting or not doing some prayer to Lord, I will be doing bad for my afterlife. And
Mm, mm. Okay.
so yeah.
Yeah. So, are you asking me how do you deal with this?
Yeah, I was asking that how do you how do you convince your mind that you
Mm.
like what you are doing will not do bad for your afterlife, or what nothing will bad
Uh,
happen to you.
yeah. I was struggling with this when I started became an atheist, that was probably more than 10 years ago, because there was a part of me that still wasn't fully atheist, I would say. um, I would be afraid of, hey, if I had these thoughts, if I said these things, if I'm being blasphemous in any way, will I be punished after I die? Those beliefs come from a place where uh, you're not actually an atheist. I never asked you, are you do you consider yourself an atheist?
No, no, I doesn't consider myself as atheist, but I seen
Okay.
that people. The main problem. I just want to say one sentence. The main problem who term themselves as religious people, na, they are mostly
Mhm.
egoistic and they want to force the mindset that they think that are right. They also don't follow all the things that are said in religious texts. So I
Mm.
think that that wasn't convincing.
Yeah. To answer your question, there is no way that, see, if there was something divine or supernatural or something happened to your soul after your death, there is no way for you to know right now. If
Yeah.
that is a thing that actually happens, you can't know. If that doesn't happen, you can't know. But all I can say that is that when you don't have evidence that that's something like this might happen, why believe in that? Why do you want to believe in something that you have absolutely no evidence for? uh, Now that's my line of thinking. If it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense to you, I can't say anything, I guess. But um, but for me personally, when I had these, see, I come from a very religious background. So when I was letting go of a lot of my beliefs, some of these questions did bother me. And how do they go away? I don't know. They just eventually went away when I became a little more confident in my own beliefs, when I exposed myself to more thoughts along these lines. I would say right now you're probably feeling this way because you haven't exposed yourself a lot to these thoughts. Um, First thing is that you should probably not think that what you're doing is wrong. And if you read a lot more literature along these lines, if you watch a lot of content along these lines, I don't think you'll be having these kinds of thoughts. I think they'll naturally just go away. That's what happened to me. So yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man. And also, I would thank you that I was because of whatever I said. Now, I was getting away from my studies, and I think getting away from
Mm,
education and studies also invoked me to do like to follow these rituals and all because I thought that
mm,
I am not I'm doing this bad that bad. So studying and education is really important.
yeah. Yeah, they are important for sure. uh the thing is,
Thank
when you think that chanting whatever prayers or mantras or whatever has benefit, you
yeah
without evidence for it, there's no point in believing it. I know the evidence, or the reason we chant mantras is probably because our parents and elders told us to. But when you eventually learn that, hey, there is probably no benefit in doing these things, I think you have to ask yourself why you're doing those things in the first place, right?
yeah.
So yeah, that that's
And
basically it, I
also,
guess.
I must say that in this tender age, na, in 2021, we also believe
Hmm.
so much. I also thought to force these beliefs to my parents, to my family members. Then I took back and saw that why I'm doing this, and I'm the
Mm,
one who was being hallucinated. And it might
mm,
help me, but it might not help my family members and all. So why should I
yeah,
force?
exactly. Uh, Also, another thing. See, my family. is very religious. They might support me in my whatever my endeavors, my whatever I do online. They might support me, but they don't agree with me. They don't agree with my thought process. And
Yeah.
initially, I was the type that would try and convince them. I'm talking
Yeah.
about me from 5 or 6 years ago. Okay, uh, I
Yeah.
was the type that would try and convince them, but over time I learned that, see, the older you are, the more rigid you are in whatever you believe.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
if
Mhm.
you try to convince them out of whatever belief they had for these 50, 60 years, half their lifetime has gone by. Their entire worldview, the way they understand the world, has been formed, you know, on the basis of these beliefs. They look at the world through
Yeah.
the eyes of someone who has this foundation laid. So now when you try and attack that very foundation, it's like their whole world is collapsing before them. So
Yeah.
much older people, I wouldn't really, you know um,
Just one last
you
question.
know
Can you recommend some book
yeah.
or something so which can help me in this confusion or in this situation?
Hmm. Off the top of my head, I would say read anything by Carl Sagan. There's one particular book called A Demon Haunted World. If you read that, I think the way he speaks is also uh, very non-confrontational, and you will like that, I think. So that's something that you should check out for sure. So yeah,
Thank you for being so much confident in your point of views, whether it is right or wrong, and publicizing it in India. You are doing great. Sir. Thank you.
thanks, man. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm removing you. Um,
Okay.
Calling on the next person. That's Wolfram Sigma.
Hey,
Assuming you have something to say about my alpha male video, recent video.
no, 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 no,
No.
not at all. I do know what the meme is about. That's why I have kept my username that way. So
Awesome,
actually,
awesome.
first of all, hey Pranav, I've been following you
Hey,
for a
man.
long
Hey.
time, and I really admire you. And I'm actually from Tamil Nadu, and in Tamil Nadu, actually, there's this alternate medicine group that is like acupressure. Do you know about it?
Mhm. Yeah, acupuncture is the same thing,
And
right?
pressure, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, the same
Yeah.
thing, yeah. Basically, like they claim to have some like points in our body, which by
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
if you like tap into them, it magically cures you like of all these things. Like they talk about like kappa or something like that, fire, water, earth, the five
Hmm.
elemental like ideology. So
Hmm.
actually, my mother had a
Hmm.
lot of like illnesses back in the day. So
Hmm.
she at first she actually went to English medicine and allopathy, which is,
Hmm.
and she
Hmm.
used to take a lot of medicines, but actually it did
Hmm.
not work for her.
Hmm.
So then she decided to go to like Ayurveda and then
Hmm.
homeopathy, and even like I don't remember the name exactly, but it's in Tamil. It's called Varma Kilai, like
Hmm.
Varma technique, very similar to acupressure, but
Hmm.
yeah. So like it's a chiropractor thing, I think. She went to all
Hmm.
of these things, and ultimately she went to acupressure.
Hmm.
And like within like 3 to 4 months, all of her most illnesses, like she had rheumatoid arthritis and all those
Hmm.
things, it got cured. So she
Hmm.
began thinking that acupressure was the cure to it, and
Hmm.
she
Hmm.
constantly went to like acupressure doctors, and all of her illnesses, I feel like placebo effect played a lot of role in this, but I
Hmm.
feel like she's like so much convinced right now that she's trying to like convince me to. She wants
Hmm.
me to stay away from allopathy because in her view, she thinks that allopathy is something that they always like. If there is any problem, they don't cure it. They just remove all your organs. Like for example, if you have diabetes, they just
Okay.
like they will remove your foot or your toe if it is gone or something like that. So she says that whatever reason it is, allopathy has just one answer, which is surgery and nothing else. It doesn't know
Hmm.
how to cure this. problem.
Mm.
And also, like, for example, I have like eyesight problem, a little bit of vision
Mm.
problem. So I tell my mom, like, can I go to the doctor to, like, wear some glasses? But she says, no, no, you're actually not curing your problem. You're just like, you're just wearing something else. You have to come back to your normal or something like that. So how do I
Mm.
get away from this?
So, see, generally, again, just like the answer told the previous person,
Hmm.
when you're as you grow older, if the beliefs you have become even more rigid as you grow older, this is something I've noticed in almost every single person. If you are gonna change your mind, if you don't do it, before the age of 30 or 40, I don't expect you to change radically after the age of 40. As far as you're concerned, see, how old are you? Do you mind me asking, or
Yeah,
just
yeah,
tell me you're over
yeah. I'm
18?
18 right now.
Mm. So you're living under the care of
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
mother, right?
Parent. Yeah,
So as long as she's the one who's paying for whatever treatment you need to get,
yeah. So I
uh,
need to listen to her. Yeah, right now.
yeah, you need to listen to her. I don't think you can uh, f- decide for yourself what you're going to do, because
Of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ultimately
I
she's the
do
one.
agree to that.
Yeah,
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 but I'm actually
that's
talking
the
about the
issue.
long run.
Yeah,
Like,
in the
if I
long
could.
run.
Hmm,
Yeah, when you do have the capacity to uh, pay for your own, or choose your own way of treating whatever you have, then I think you shouldn't listen to your mother, and your mother shouldn't be able to enforce what she wants on you. uh, and yeah, that's what I would
yeah, but
tell you in the
not
long
just
run.
me. I'm actually like concerned about her. Actually, like,
Mm,
she might be having like a lot of huge problems, right? But
mm,
the more and more she goes to acupressure, they so like they
mm,
upright just deny allopathy. They are like, don't go
yeah,
there. It's like
mm,
evil and shit like that. So she's like, I feel like she's actually a very rational person, but she's starting
mm,
to get converted to like all these things.
mm,
So I'm actually a bit scared for her, which is why I was like, it's not about me. I can handle myself.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
So I see, ideally all these should be addressed by uh, the government and shit and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, right.
They should actually not allow
Ban these. Yeah.
fraudulent forms of medicine to exist.
Hmm.
um,
But
Now
instead,
the
the
only
opposite is happening.
yeah, I don't think, an individual who's so convinced against allopathy or against scientific medicine, I should say, not allopathy, I should say scientific medicine, who's so convinced against it, it's very hard to you know put sense into them, because they won't want to listen to you also.
Hmm.
If you do, see, I would ask you to try. If you say that she is a rational person and she
Hmm.
will listen to reason, then I will ask you to tell her reasons why alternative medicine is bad. Reasons like, hey, uh, when your disease or whatever you're feeling better, you're
Hmm.
attributing it to the alternative medicine. You don't know what the actual cause is. It could be, maybe you're continuing your scientific medicine, your modern medicine treatments in the background along with this alternative treatment. It could be because maybe that disease is something that cures itself over the long time, over the long run. It could be because of a placebo effect, especially in the case of pain and discomfort and all that.
Hmm.
It could be so I've made an entire video on this. I will. So it's called Ayurveda, it's called Alternative Medicine Makes You Think It Works. Here's how. That's the
Oh,
title of the
okay,
video.
okay.
You
I'll
can
check
check
it
it
out.
out.
I'll check it out.
There, I properly listed reasons why people tend to believe in alternative medicine, and I've listed why alternative medicine is like not helping you. It's probably one
Actually,
of these
the
other reasons.
reasons you listed out right now, I have actually tried this
Mhm.
out with my mom. But her
Mm.
only response, like initially, she started saying like, "Hey, this works right now, so why should I change it?" This is her like first response, and now it's
Mm.
like building confidence into. I feel like
Mm.
so, which is
Yeah,
why
confirm.
I reached out
She's
here.
having confirmation bias.
Bias, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I actually also wanted to like talk about the same thing. Like you talked to the previous caller, right? You were saying like convincing your
Mhm.
parents
Mhm.
about. Yeah,
Mm.
I actually realized that like I too wanted my like dad and mom to um have some rational thinking about religion in a way. But I realized that when I post some facts or points in front of them, they actually
Mhm.
start to realize it, but they're not able to like give up
Mm.
their childhood indoctrination which happened to them,
Mm.
which is exactly
Mm.
why like I can see it literally in their eyes. They're like
Mm.
their whole like childhood was a lie, or what
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the emotion they have. So I just leave it to them.
It's the same with even alternative medicine. When you
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
trust, when you believed in something, some ideas for such a long time, in even whether it's alternative
Hmm.
medicine or whatever, yeah, it's the same issue. So we
Yeah, but
can't
actually, the problem
individually.
with alternative medicine is that religion does not like pose such critical problems, but alternative medicine does, because it directly affects
Mm,
our health, right? Religion
yeah,
is like
yeah.
something
I
which
would
is
say religion
mental,
also does, but probably not as immediately
as big.
dangerous to a
Yeah, yeah,
person
immediate.
as
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
alternative medicine.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Also,
I
just
don't
one
think.
last thing.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to ask this to you for a long time. Like,
Mhm.
is can you like recommend me some good and reliable sources of information or news which is not biased in any way?
Mm. I I wouldn't say I am the best person to answer that question,
Okay, okay.
because a lot I don't know what I'd say, because all forms of news have some kind of bias. There's very rarely
Little
that
left
you
right
find
now.
a source
Okay.
of news that is unbiased. But as long as they recognize and are aware of their own bias, and
Hmm.
they say that they have this
It out.
bias also, I think those forms of news are something you can trust. um, but I don't know. I can't name.
Yeah,
I
not
don't
just
know.
news. Like I'm talking about like general information. Like for
Mm,
example, the research you do for your videos.
mm,
Like
mm.
where do you
Yeah.
like go to study? Like for example, if I want to study about some topics, or if I
Yeah.
want to learn more about something.
So in my case, I don't go to one place. I look at
Mm-hmm.
all studies. I look at all opinions that people have, and I look at ways of making it more and more objective, as objective as I can. Whatever I do say. So I look at, if it's a study I'm looking at, I look at how the study was done, whether its conclusions are something that's reliable. I also right now have a team that does this for me. They're really good at researching and finding good sources for all these
Hmm.
things. So I also, some of them are even better than me at doing this sort of stuff.
Okay. Okay.
So I rely on them a lot. And also, yeah, I'll answer your question about the news and about a source of information, and how you can
Hmm.
figure out if a study or something is legit or not. I'll
Yeah,
probably
yeah. Which
address
is what
that
like
in a
for
video.
like not for me, but for if a random person, like a common man, is there.
Mm,
If I have to
yeah,
give him
I'll
some
probably
news,
do a
how would?
video on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure. Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
thanks, man. See you.
Yeah, yeah. See you.
Bye. Deepak, you are on screen. What's up, Deepak?
Hey, am I audible?
Hey, man.
Hey, so yeah,
Hey,
I'm a
man.
fan, and I kind of want to ask, play devil's advocate, or God's advocate in this
Mm-hmm.
case,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
just wanted take on it. So
God's advocate. Weird,
yeah,
it's
so
devil's advocate, right? Yeah, yeah. Ask me.
yeah, so uh, the general argument that I've seen many atheists make is that you don't need religion to be moral. So like the way that morality is enforced in religion is by basically bringing about this fear of a bad
Mm-hmm,
consequence, and that's
mm-hmm,
why
mm-hmm,
religious people don't do bad things.
mm-hmm.
And they say, you can rely on rationality and logic and still have a moral life. But sometimes being immoral is the rational thing to do. like you know um, like when you look at from an individual's perspective, some dude is running a business and he doesn't want to pay taxes.
Somebody, sorry, I didn't hear you. Some,
Let's say like a businessman, he is
okay.
running a business and he wants to make more money, and so he doesn't want to pay taxes. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of like immoral, but it is rational
It,
because he gets more of a profit in that case. So
it's not rational because there are consequences to your actions, right? So if you get caught doing something illegal, like what you just said, there are consequences, right? So it's I wouldn't call it rational, I would call it selfish. He is in the event he doesn't get caught committing the crime, he can get away with it. All crime is basically like that, right? So I wouldn't call that rational though.
hmm. Yeah, like my perspective was that, he's trying to maximize his profit. And, one way to
Mm,
do that is by doing this illegal thing. And now that he doesn't have this fear of, consequence by God, uh,
mm. Have you
like,
heard of the prisoner's dilemma?
um, no, I don't think so.
The prisoner's dilemma talks about exactly what you're talking about. So I don't want to explain the whole thing. I think it'll take a long time, but basically, it's complying with the way the things are, or defecting against the way the things are. Right now, in your example, the businessman is defecting. So defecting can give you immediate personal gain, and complying might give you a personal loss in the short run, but a personal gain in the long run. But defecting is immediately more useful to you, but in the long run, it's got bad consequences. That's basically the prisoner's dilemma. Just look this up, you will
Yeah,
find lots of
I
videos
think
on
now
this.
that you mentioned it, I kind of remember what it is. But that's in the case where, two people are pitted against each other, right?
uh, it can be two people or a person and the system. The system can be the second person, in this case the legal system or whatever.
Okay, fair enough. And yeah, anyway, great
Yeah,
work.
man.
So thanks for having me on.
Great talking to you. See you, man. I'm removing you. I have a super chat from uh, G1, £2. He says, please have more live streams. I will for sure, bro. I'll bring on the next person, Bahubali. You are on screen.
Hey, hi Pranav. Um,
Hey, man. What's up?
yeah, yeah. So I've started following around like 2 3 months. I think I somehow I found your channel. That's the great thing because I used to believe all this in or this Jyotisha Shastra and all those things, and about the good things and all those things. So I like now I realizing the more about the scientific. I ask myself every for everything a scientific evidence. So that's how I like it's begin
Mm,
now. So my question is like a lot of people like about the Ramayana and Mahabharata, right? So like
mhm,
if Ramayana has not happened, uh, or
mhm,
like so what they are or like argument is when we ask for evidence for any books or all anything is written or something, we have this now. So the one thing they tell always, like, India is, ruled by many people, and they vanished everything, like they demolished everything, so we don't have a proof for that. So, like,
Mm,
how it is transferred, like Ramayana or Mahabharata, like when
mm.
exactly did it happen, might be, or like, is there any grantha or something, like still it is there, or like it is just transferred by the mouth to mouth or something like that. So
Okay. So here, you what you should recognize is that when people say, "Hey, this source of information doesn't exist anymore; it's been destroyed," what is happening is that claim is becoming unfalsifiable at that point, because you're trying to falsify, saying, "Hey, there is no evidence for that claim," and they're saying, "Hey, the
yeah.
evidence has been destroyed."
Hmm.
So there is no way for you to say for sure that, hey, this is false. But
Yeah,
you should, at this point, you should rely on common sense and ask questions like, hey, do you think it's possible that a monk, Vanara,
yeah.
flew across the seas and
Yeah,
carried a mountain in his arms? Does it make
yeah,
rational sense?
yeah,
Now,
yeah, no,
if you ask me, hey, did some events from this happen? I don't know. Maybe it seems plausible. It may have happened. Maybe there is some
yeah,
historical reference to maybe kingdoms that existed, people that existed, maybe.
yeah.
But at the same time, there are supernatural elements also in there, right?
Yeah,
There is no rational way that uh, something that has no physical structures that can fly, no wings,
yeah,
no nothing, to
yeah,
say that it flies, don't doesn't that, I mean, to say that is history, that is factual,
yeah, yeah,
how,
yeah,
you have to ask yourself how that makes sense. So my final point is, maybe there are elements of the story that are factual, that are historical, but you have to also admit that there are elements of the story that are supernatural. Such a thing
mm,
can never be called history.
yeah,
What I would call it is a legend.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That is
That's
true. Like,
basically.
yeah, even for that Ram Setu, right? It might be built by the
Mhm.
humans only, but it's not like, the Vanaras are flying and all those that happened
Mm,
exactly
mm.
like that you're telling.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
and also this one thing, for that Ramayana, they also, there are some kind of, they that is might be happened, the Ramayana has have
Mhm.
happened, but
Mhm.
the people, like, in the, like current, like later days, they
Mhm.
exaggerated a lot of things, like they might be historical things are
Mm.
there,
Mm.
but they exaggerated, like, very,
Mm.
high level of these things, Pushpaka Vimans
Mm.
and all those things.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and all these places, like, uh, they have this reference, right? There is
Mm.
exactly, these places are, the Rama went to this place or something, somewhere places,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all those things. And one thing, like,
Mm.
in my school, like school days, like, the that school is like, kind of, more about the Brahmin schools, like, kind of school. So, how school teachers are, important role of, taking this to, teach the students of science and all those things. See,
Mm.
I took a Sanskrit for my first language, 8th, 9th, 10th. So, there is almost all stories are about the Ramayana, Mahabharata only.
Mm. Mm.
So, and so these things, right? The teachers, should start about the Sanskriti, our culture, and Jyotisha Sastra, and also those things. These things are, feeding in the, very in the, a small age. That might be the, every, person is like, nowadays kids are also like, taking this seriously or something like that. Yeah.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that does happen, right? I think teachers, see, you have to look at the where those teachers come from also. They're also, people
yeah, yeah.
just like us. They grew up
Yeah,
in similar households, believing in all the things their parents told them. So
yeah,
uh, if they haven't really been exposed to ideas, that might
Mm,
break them from those beliefs themselves, then
yeah,
that's a thing they're gonna teach in schools also, right? So yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
yeah, you can't really expect teachers to be rationalist or anything. I know a very rationalist teacher, and she talks about exactly this. She talks
yeah,
about how teachers ideally should be rationalists, and they shouldn't teach students things that have no evidence. So
yeah.
yeah.
And one request
Hey
to
man,
you, like,
I'm really sorry. I have to remove you, man, because there are a lot of
okay,
people in the
just
queue.
one request. Can you do some drug mafia? Like, is that really happened?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I will do. I am planning a video like that.
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Thank you so much. And do
You
more
man.
reels so I
Yeah,
can share it like quickly into the friends. Yeah, thank you.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Bye. Different dimension of life. You're on.
Yeah, nothing. Okay, just chill. But you can answer this Chetan's question in private chat. Hello?
Sorry, what?
I just
Yeah,
came to
yeah.
chill here.
You
I was
do
watching.
you not have a
You can
question?
answer some Chetan's question in private chat.
Um,
There's a guy named
I
Chetan.
cool. I'll look at that. So you don't have a question, right? I'll Shall I
No,
remove
I
you?
just came to chill. Yes, yes, yes.
Hey man. Thanks. Bye. So I'm calling on Ritayan. Meanwhile, I think
Hi.
there is
Yeah, can you hear me?
just 1 second, Ritayan. There's something in the private chat. I'm not gonna read a very long chat and answer, dude. Come on the chat and ask, please. Yeah, Ritayan, you will. Yeah,
Hey,
back to you. Hey man.
hi, dude. Yeah, I'm big fan again. Just
Yeah,
wanted to. It's not really like a doubt or a debate thing.
yeah.
Like I saw one of your previous videos.
Sorry, I think you got muted. Uh, yeah. By the way, I skipped a person called Isha because I cannot add you to the stream. It says your mic is not connected. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Ritayan.
Can you?
What's up? Yep.
Yeah,
Hello.
can you hear me now? Can
Yeah, I can hear. Yeah. No, again you're muted. I will ask you to. Yeah, is your mic
you, my
fixed,
doubt
bro?
was, yeah. So
Mm.
basically, it was more of a personal question. So in one of your previous videos, you said you were actually like you were somewhat religious, and then you became
Mhm.
disillusioned.
Mhm.
So how was
No, I
your
didn't become
journey?
disillusioned. I didn't become disillusioned. I I started
Hmm.
questioning where these why am I believing these things?
So to
If it's
okay,
supposed to,
yeah, sorry.
yeah. So when you say disillusion, that would mean something tragic happened to me in life, and as a result of that, I questioned beliefs I had. That didn't really happen, I guess.
No, but
Nothing
to
tragic happened.
what extent were you religious? Like when you stopped becoming religious completely, did you have some form of like,
Yep,
you
I
know,
did. I did.
yeah,
I would go to temples very often, at least once a week. If I had exams or whatever, I would go as often as possible, possibly every day. I would pray at home every single day. There are, things like Vishnu Sahasranama. If you're aware, I would read that very often.
damn.
Things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but so when you completely stopped with this, did it
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
make you a bit I don't know, like sad, I guess, to use a simpler word, like the fact that I mean, it's not
Um,
completely very easy to, even though, it's not completely very easy to move on, right? Like if you've been
um,
indoctrinated from a young age. Yeah.
yeah. Um, I'll answer your question. By the way, for people in the chat, I will end this conversation, this live stream at 9 o'clock. So I'm just saying that in case for people that are already on the on in the queue. I will only be taking callers till 9 p.m. So yeah, to answer your question, did I become sad because of whatever um, you know uh, when I let go of religion? See, your question assumes that I was deriving some kind of happiness from my whatever religious beliefs I had. I wasn't. When I let go of everything, I don't think there was absolutely no sadness. My mental state was still the same before and after. So, yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So that's all, man. I'll let the others ask. Thanks a lot, dude. Yeah, big fan. Also, just before leaving, when will you do this kind of thing later? Like, how
So
frequently do you plan on doing this? Yeah,
I
thanks.
I wanna try and make do this in a more structured manner. Right now, I'm doing it very impromptu. Whenever I feel like going live, I'm just going live. I already have a lot of people watching, and I'm happy with just having these many people watching me live. So right now, I'm only doing it impromptu. I'll announce it if I have a pre-planned live stream again.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
just the last, it's not really a big thing. So, can you please do like, yeah, can you
Ritan,
please,
yeah.
yeah, this
Tell
is it,
me.
this is it. Yeah, can you do like some form of debates or something with like people who do promote these
Mhm.
things like alternative medicine or pseudoscience?
I'll definitely try to organize a
Okay,
debate.
sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude. Bye.
Thanks, man. See you. Calvin, Cloven, you are on screen.
Hi Pranav, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Cloven.
Okay, great. Really appreciated your video on Christianity. Being from a Catholic background myself, I don't really get people from India to debate this with. So that was a really welcome video. My question is,
Thank you.
I always end up with this. I'm not a spiritual, sorry, I'm not a religious person, but I believe that there
Mhm,
is a higher God, or that kind of a
mhm,
argument. And it
mhm,
always ends up with a conclusion that religion is man-made, but God is universal. So how do you
mhm.
tackle such kind of people who are just unwilling to even accept, or rather even be open to other other things like atheism or something of that sort?
So if people are unwilling to even have discussions with you, such people are, in my opinion, not even. I mean, there's no point talking to them, man. I see
Yeah.
you shouldn't go into a debate or discussion with the idea that, hey, I'm gonna
Well,
convince this person against what they believe.
nah.
That
So right.
that so what I was saying was that doesn't work at all. You should, first of all,
Yeah.
you should be open to the idea that you might be wrong. You should also
Yeah.
go with that
Yeah.
openness yourself if you expect the other person to
Correct.
be open. And all you
Mhm.
should do is provide evidence, provide reasons, reasonable reasons for believing the things you do.
Mhm.
uh, if you can do this much, if they're open and willing to listen to what you have to say, then they listen to your points
Mhm.
and form their own opinion at the end of the day. So that's the best you can do. That's all I do. um, and yeah,
Yeah, but that's exactly. I mean, I definitely don't go into it with being an anti-theist or something like that, trying to
mhm,
I mean, disregard their beliefs. But then, you know, uh, involuntarily, it just ends up in such a phrase because being from a Christian background, it always this is one particular phrase that they always use. It always irritates me. It's like, suppose if let's say one of us makes a scientific discovery or something, that really will is going to change the world. So the most common thing that will get attributed is, oh, God gave him the knowledge. Oh, the Holy Spirit came down. frankly, it's a bit irritating. And somewhere down the line, even when I'm making this or having a discussion about even like say some parts of the scripture or anything of the gospel, or even how did or who rather even decided that these gospels are going to be canon, and there are hundreds of other gospels which are not canon. So what about those? So when we have a discussion of this sort, I mean, who decided that these are going to be the scriptures and these are not the scriptures? So involuntary, it boils down to this thing, like God gave them the knowledge, and I mean, at that point, it really gets frustrating. So no matter however I try to engage or start or in a nice way, so I mean, it's just frustrating. I wasn't really looking forward to a solution, but yeah, I just saw the video and I'd really like more videos from you based on Christianity, because I find, I mean, I there might be others, but it's really rare for me to see something like this. So, but yeah, yeah,
Uh,
take your point, but yeah.
Yeah, man. So the thing about doing more videos on Christianity, the one I did do didn't really perform well. So
Oh,
I'm not, yeah, I'm not sure about, you know, uh, hey, one second. I don't know if I'm live. Am I live? Yeah.
yeah, you are.
Sorry. So the video I did do didn't really perform well. It
Uh-huh.
may be because there is not a good audience that I
Yeah,
have
exactly.
that are interested in that topic. So financially, economically, it may not be, because
Absolutely.
I'm
I
also trying to
understand.
run a financial operation, right? So
Of course.
it may
Yes.
not be economical for me to do topics that people are
Right.
not interested in. So
Hmm.
so let's see, maybe if it does become economically viable, I will do more videos on Christianity and whatever. But right now I'm
Great.
actually also staying, I'm thinking of doing less topics that people can misconstrue as religious. I don't ever
Ah.
do religious topics. I do only pseudoscience topics, or topics concerning science in some way or the other. But yeah, people often misconstrue me as talking against religion, as talking about religion. um, I understand why they feel that way, but
Hmm.
I don't explicitly ever do that. And the issue is that because I talk about these topics, it becomes sponsor unfriendly. The channel becomes sponsor unfriendly, and so I wanna move away from
Hmm.
such topics on the main channel. So yeah,
Great.
that's what.
Thanks so much for your time.
Great,
Thanks. Thanks a
great
lot.
talking to you, man.
Thanks.
Cool.
Thanks. Yeah.
See you,
Bye.
Gluven. Bye. Last caller, I'm calling in Anand. What's up, man?
Hey Pranav,
Hey, man.
hey,
How are you?
I really love your videos, man.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
So basically, what I want to ask is where human race is gonna end up. I mean, where are we going ahead? Now,
Mm,
generation kids are more of watching social media, like so many topics like alpha men, beta men, something.
mm, mm,
When 90s kids used to, I mean 90s and old kids used to, they used to think, right?
mm, mm, mm.
This generation
So
kids are totally, I mean, there are only they're watching and watching, right? I think their
I
minds are
think this.
adapted to just staring at things, and uh, they cannot analyze things, I think so.
Mm. So I think questions like these come in every generation, right? I'm sure right long back when writing was first, it became a thing. I think it was Socrates who said, reading or writing things down is bad because people don't use their brains, their memories much. They'd rather write things down. And So I don't know if we are this is just a form of that. When TV first came, when computers first came, when the internet first came, I think we all had concerns like this, and I feel like social media is just a continuation of this same concern. I could be wrong though.
Yeah,
I could social media could completely ruin people who are addicted to it or whatever. But I don't know what the future is gonna be like. I don't think I can I don't think anyone here can say what's gonna happen, because it could be that things turn out for the better. Maybe social media might go away, something else really good might replace it, might come about. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, or maybe social media itself might evolve into something that encourages people to think critically. We don't know what's going to happen in future, but I think it's very pessimistic if we think that the way things are right now is gonna be the main influencing factor for what's gonna ruin things for the future. So yeah, that's my
I
answer to
mean, if we are writing or reading, we have an intuitive or imaginative world, right?
that.
Nowadays, most of them, my colleagues and my most of my friends, just they flew over time by watching reels and something
Hmm.
others. So
Hmm.
the concentration or attention span is being reduced drastically, and mostly channels like your channels, they are very less promoted by YouTube
Hmm.
than others, right?
Uh, I think the fact that my channel might not be promoted as much as bigger channels is directly because of its size. I'm probably slightly smaller than all the bigger channels that you usually see, probably. That may be why. I don't think it's because the topics that I choose. Um, so yeah, I am getting way more exposure now than when I was smaller. So
Yeah,
again, I don't think you can make that association. You can't say that because the topics that I choose that I'm not getting much exposure. And I'll say the same thing that I said a while back. So uh, we can't predict what exactly the future will look like because of the way things are right now. Uh, and I'm not sure social media is as influential as you think it is. If let's say, as you say, some people completely destroy their attention span because of social media, I don't think that's going to spell the end of the world for the whole human race or whatever.
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
sure there are people that are not affected by social media at all. So I think the future, I'm not this pessimistic about the future, I would say.
Yeah.
So
What are your views on J. Krishnamurti?
J. Krishnamurti. I haven't formed a very very strong opinion so far. I've only seen one video of him, I think, and I don't remember the content of it now. I think so. I don't really have a strong opinion.
Okay, thank you, Pranav.
Thanks, man. See you.
Other question, right? 2 minutes.
Y- Um,
So,
can
a
can
minute.
I'm really sorry, man, because this has gone. I've extended the stream
Yeah,
uh, to
yeah,
answer
yeah,
your questions.
yeah.
I'll heed you, dude. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me.
I mean, while you are studying anything or you are observing anything,
Mhm.
do you see it with a pre-imagined? I mean, do you watch it with a uh, you watch it with
Mm,
ideas you already have, right?
Hmm. Mm.
Or you watch it with a totally fresh view. I mean, you don't watch it
So what
if you are
I'm trying to
observing
say,
observing anything.
See,
what people tend to do is they catch things from the what they
I
know.
got your question. So
Yeah.
basically, see, any person, any human being already has a lot of memories and experiences from their life, their birth up until now. So whenever they look at anything, they will always look at it from whatever perspective they've formed so far. So I'm no exception. I will look at things only with the same bias that I have. So what I do to counter this is that I try and look at opposing source of information, and I try and look at what the I try and look at both sides, and I try and look at where the evidence lies. And evidence is always objective. See, he said something, she said something else. Who do you believe? You believe the person, you believe the evidence. You don't believe either person, you believe the evidence. Now the evidence might be consistent with what one of the two people are saying. So you just happen to trust source that is consistent with one of the people doesn't mean you are believing that person, you are believing the evidence. So that's
Yeah.
my
Thank you,
response to
Pranay.
that.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
man. And thank you, man. And I'm sorry for everyone else who's in the queue, but this is the end of the stream. I will do more streams like this, and I will try and announce it beforehand. At that time, you can have a chat with me. I can't go for longer than an hour, man. I'm already really tired from talking so much, I guess. But eventually, probably when I become a little more used to being live often, probably I can do longer live streams. But right now, 1 hour it is. Thanks for you know watching me live, and I'll see you next time.